I just found it curious that Kerry at the UN accused Lavrov of being in a parallel universe, and that is a quote from the Quran, I think.
Actually, Maurice, well, first of all, welcome to my home here in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and we are happy to be meeting with you again after some time. And this meeting has come about because I have stopped using Skype for interviews and for all kinds of personal communications. And I'm going to restrict my use of Skype only to teaching, that's all, my students. So when I gave that information to you, you decided you're going to fly in from Cambodia to interview me. So welcome, Maurice. And in fact, Kerry is correct without perhaps knowing that he is correct and why he is correct when he speaks about Putin being in a parallel universe. The Russian leadership is today fulfilling a script which was written out thousands of years ago and which was recorded and explained in the Quran 1400 years ago. That in the region of the Black Sea, an event is going to be repeated. It will occur and then it will recur. What is that event? It is connected with Gog and Magog, who are human beings created by the Lord God, but who have been given a power which is irresistible. They use that power, however, to oppress. And they have a specific mission in addition to the general mission. The specific mission is to bring the Israelite people back to the Holy Land by the hook or by the crook, but of course it's by the crook. And when they return to the Holy Land, of course, then the drama will unfold, which is now unfolding in history. In order to be able to bring the Israelite people back to the Holy Land, they have to first liberate the Holy Land for the Jews, because the Holy Land has been under Muslim control for more than 1,000 years. Secondly, they have to, having liberated the Holy Land, they got to bring the Jews back to the Holy Land to reclaim it as their own. And having done that, they will then have to restore a state of Israel in the Holy Land. And then that Israel must become a ruling state in the world. Are you connecting the dots, Norris?
No, I'm not connecting the dots.
You're not connecting any dots.
You're creating more questions.
Good. Let me continue then to try to resolve some of your questions. Gog and Magog, in order to be able to fulfill this mission, through which the Antichrist will be able to stand up in Jerusalem while ruling the world, or what is left of the world, and declaring that he is the Messiah. Hence, this is a messianic agenda. Gog and Magog have to spread out all over the world and take control of the world. When we look at the historical process, we see that actually in modern Western civilization you have a picture that fits exactly what the Quran is saying. That modern Western civilization arrived on the stage of history mysteriously and suddenly and then took control of the stage of history. And then with an irresistible power, they sent their armies all over the world, and at the point of a bloody sword, the oppressor then took control of the world. And having done that, they then brought the Jews back to the Holy Land, having defeated the Ottoman Empire and taken control of the Holy Land, etc. So when the Quran speaks about a region of the world where the Black Sea is located, and that it is in that region of the world that this drama will commence, on the first occasion, someone created by the Lord God and endowed with power has power, but it is power which rests on the foundations of faith. And he uses that power exactly the opposite way to Gog and Magog. He uses that power to punish the oppressor. And on the first occasion, when he came into contact with that region where Gog and Magog was located, to use the language of chess, Maurice, you play chess? Yes, you do? Okay. He was able to checkmate them, meaning render them harmless, contain them. He built a barrier. And the world was saved from Gog and Magog because of Zulkarnain. This is the man who's ordained by God to power. And the world was saved from Gog and Magog. But the Quran speaks about two ages, two events, not one. Qarnain means two. So the Quran is saying that there will be a repeat of this event in history. And of course, it will have to be at that time when Gog and Magog have been released, and most likely when they've almost completed their mission, which is where we are now. That in the region of the Black Sea, the world will witness power emerging. But that power will rest on foundations of faith. And that power will fulfill a script which was written in another world. And so Kerry is right when he says of the Russian leadership that they are in a parallel universe, because eschatology tells us that we are about to witness a big war. They are lusting for the war with Russia. They don't care two peanuts for their people, that millions and millions of Americans and Canadians and French and German and so on will die. They don't care two peanuts for their people at all. They are lusting for power. They are insistent that Russia and China must bow and submit to them. This is their arrogance. And arrogance came to the world for the first time with Satan. So they are a satanic people because of their arrogance that they want to impose their rule over all of mankind. Russia is not prepared to bend her knee. And we say thank God for that. And China is not prepared to bend her knee so long as China has Russia. And so China also now has some backbone, and they're not prepared to bend their knee. And so a big war is coming. But the outcome of this big war is scripted in a parallel universe. In other words, we are saying, and we can say it because of our knowledge of the Quran, that at the end of this coming war, NATO is going to be checkmated, and history will repeat itself. Are you now clear?
Clear, and you've raised a question.
Go ahead.